for joining us with the September 30th special board meeting. We had some technical difficulties, but we're good to go now. So, so first order of budget, first order of business, this is our budget workshop. So we'll talk about the 2024 and 2025 fiscal year revenue and expenditure budget.
Alrighty, this is our Battle Lake School District budget presentation. I wanted to kind of go over and do it a little bit differently so I can kind of explain to the community and the board on how we're going to budget this year. You know, we're talking about the uniform rate of tax. That's the first 25 meals that the state guarantees that we will get 98% collection. And then we have meals above the URT with uniform rate of tax is 9.8 meals that we have. And what I like to do is on that 9.8 meals above the URT, I like to budget off a 90% collection, kind of for a little nest egg. If something wants to happen, emergencies needed during the building or the school year, we have that money sitting there to fix it.
Because we are going to collect more than 90%.
Yes, ma'am. We're usually at a 98% collection rate, so
Yeah.
it's about 8% that we will.
But you're not
cushion.
budgeting.
Yes, ma'am.
That'll just cushion the budget.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Good.
Kind of revenue generated from local tax dollars on the first 25 meals. We take the total assessment, which is $507,944,983. You multiply that by the 25 meals, which becomes 0.025, and then with the state guaranteed 98% collection, you multiply that, so that gives us 12.4 million in our 25 meals that we have, the URT. If you look on there on revenue from the 9.8 meals, you still take the total assessment, and then you multiply it by 0.098 for the 9.8 meals, and then instead of multiplying it by 98%, we multiply that by 90%, which comes out to be 4.4 million. So those are kind of wanted to kind of explain the difference between the URT and the overage of meals, the 9.8 meals. So that's how we're basing that out. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I think, just correct your presentation.
Okay.
That on the 9.8, it should be multiplied by
It's
0.00.
2 zeros. Yeah.
Yes, I'm sorry. I'll fix
So
that.
that way, if anybody's looking at it, I know the calculation is correct.
Yes, I'm sorry. That was my fault. It's a typo.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
Okay, so
I didn't know the math.
I was gonna answer right now.
I just
Sorry
didn't
about
want
that.
somebody to see it attached to the,
Yeah.
and then-
Well, that's true, then they'd say that's
That's
incorrect.
not.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody will find it.
Right.
Yes, that's totally my fault.
So-
That's a mistype. I've looked at that thing so many times
Yes.
this week and I
Yes.
didn't even see that typo. All right, so
I think
once we
it
get
was-
that.
I think that was correct on the one he sent to y'all. It's different on this one that's linked to this presentation.
Okay.
But on the one he sent to you, it is 0, 0.
Okay, and now you
It
fixed it.
is. I'm looking at it right now.
Okay.
All right,
Sorry.
thank you. All right, the local.
You were sabotaged.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding, Hayden. I'm kidding.
The local and state funds is basically, these are all the funds that we receive from the state. As you can go through there, that includes our ALE funding, professional development, that we have a enrollment funding adjustment, that's the declining enrollment that we had from last year. That's how much we'll get from the state on that. Then you also add your teacher salary equalization funding and your LEARNS teacher salary funding. Just about everything that we will get from the state is listed on this slide, which will be, the total local and state funding is 18.7 million.
Okay, so was it the LEARNS teacher salary that was the 50,000 guaranteed, or was that the teacher salary equalization?
The LEARNS teacher salary is the 50,000. That's where
Okay.
that comes in at.
And then the teacher salary equalization was when they bumped the base pay for teachers
Yes.
up to a certain level, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so that's the money we get
Yes,
from
ma'am.
that. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Any other questions on the Layton local and state funds. All right. And here's our expenses and operating fund as,
Let me back up.
okay, go ahead.
On the school-based health center,
Yes.
is that reoccurring? Because that ends at some point, right?
This is the last year.
Last year.
Grant, okay.
Last
The
year.
last year of the grant. Yes. All right, the expenses and operating fund, these are what we'll pay, and as anything, the most expensive is your certified and classified salary pay plus benefits. You know, we also, I put the transportation on that one slide, and that's everything from fuel and bus supplies, fixed buses, so that's the budget for that. Maintenance and utilities, property insurance, just everything that we will spend money on this year to keep our buildings and our school district up and running for the entire year is $17.9 million. Okay. And then I wanted to break down our major purchase services. Lawn service, $35,000, SSC, $760,000, your copiers right at $100,000, and your Kelly Services substitute, that includes your substitute pay and everything for substitutes. And that comes to be $1.2 million for your purchase services.
Now, is that up there in the expenses and it's not included in that 17.9 in the operating fund expenses? is it?
No, it is all throughout, because we do different.
Okay.
We do.
You just-
I wanted to break down those
It's
purchase
just
services for.
it's piecemeal here and there.
Yes,
Okay, gotcha.
yes, and that's, I just kind of wanted to, so it wouldn't be so confusing.
Yeah, gotcha.
All right, then my projected ending operating balance, we began the year at 2.6 million, that's coming from last year. Operating revenues 18.7, expenses 17.9 million, and our projected ending balance is right at 3.4 million is what we're projecting. That does not include the 8%
Yeah, that's
pot.
cushion.
Collection.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, that does not include that at all, so.
Yes.
So, I mean, we're looking really good with our finances on that. Any questions on that?
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, no, you're fine.
Going back up to the expenses.
Okay.
The miscellaneous district expenses,
Mhm.
auditor,
That's
attorney fees.
That's everything that if I have to call the attorney to get advice, every time we call them, they charge us.
And all of our salaries too.
That's right, that's right.
Want to clarify
Yes,
that?
Yes, I believe they went up this year, didn't they?
Cost of living, that's
About
cost of living.
factor of one, right?
Which is zero.
Yeah, for the
Or-
public
Yeah.
watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody
Zero.
out there, they get paid?
Yeah.
I don't even
That's
get
what
parking
you'll hear
spots.
now.
When I saw it, I was like, you mentioned that. Okay, carry on.
All right. Did you have a question? I'm sorry.
No.
Okay. All right. So I kind of want to do a comparison, apples to apples, from last year budget numbers compared to this year budget numbers. As you can see, we started the year off as the same as last year, 2.6 million. Our operating revenue has gone up from last year, and then our operating expenses have gone down from last year. So with our projected ending balance, we're looking at, for this school year, having right at a little over $1 million excess than we had last year before.
Plus, if there are no major earthquakes to deal with.
Yes.
There's a potential somewhere around 400,000
Right.
that you've unbudgeted,
Yes, ma'am. So that,
some additional, so that's really good.
And there's 1 million, does it also include that cushion that we have?
No.
No, that's what we're
That's,
saying.
uh,
That
over
cushion is
400
about
some
400,000.
I treat that cushion as it's
understand.
over here on the side, we don't
Yeah,
have
it's
it,
still
so.
money, so, yeah.
Yes,
Always,
yes.
yeah.
Yep.
That'd go into our
That's what
raise
that's what it
budget.
is.
Yeah.
Or that'd go into our salary budget.
It will. Yeah. And then it'll go to the building fund.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. And, kind of, just wanted to kind of explain, when I figure out, I overestimate, I underestimate revenue, overestimate expenses when I'm dealing with a budget. And then by doing that, that's when I do the 90% collection on the 9.8 meals. And then what we're hoping to do is when this allows us to operate perfectly throughout the year with a slush fund, and barring anything emergency or something happens, hopefully we can take that money. Then I put that we can share it in the year. That meaning is something that we could possibly look at, pay, bonus, anything of that nature if we got that. So that's kind of why we do that. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
So that's, y'all have any questions on anything that I've gone over on?
I like it.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, really like how you did it too.
Yes, on the presentation.
Yeah, I like how it's broke down
That's,
for us and the public.
Yes.
public for sure that doesn't look at it can really easily see what's
Yes.
going on.
We will post this presentation online, and, so if they have any
Mhm.
questions, I'll be happy to answer any questions they have.
Mhm. I like it.
Good, thank you.
I don't like that budget. So,
Awesome.
I'm being conservative.
Me too.
And then it's like Christmas at the end.
That's right, that's right.
Like, what?
Well, possibly we'll have to save for a building or something, we're gonna build up on the top.
That's right,
So
that's
usually
right.
Sooner or later.
That's
we
our-
need
Yes.
some money.
Because we are dependent
Yeah.
solely on
Yes.
our own funding to do anything like
Yeah.
that. So we gotta
He's ready to roll.
put some money in it. Yep,
Ready?
I'm ready for this motion. Ready?
Great.
Motion to accept the 2024-2025 fiscal year revenue and expenditure budgets.
No questions? Got our questions answered? All right, so the motion on the table is motion to accept the 2024-2025 fiscal year revenue and expenditure budgets. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
None opposed, passes 5-0. And that is all we've got tonight. So that is to conclude our meeting.